I'm sitting there listening to this dude try to tell people about Thoth. What's the name of this? Why Thoth chosen ones cannot be among the masses. Hermetic principle. Dude don't know what he talking about, yo. Like I get what he trying to say, but that's not how Thoth access nothing. Like what you don't know about your past lives is, and I was saying this in the timeline energy in the video I just did recently. Each timeline that existed, depending on your being, the type of being that you are, you might have left residual energy behind. So, as divine light, the purity of the divine seed, it starts to dwindle down. It goes like big, little, 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 and it starts jumping from that timeline to the next timeline. So, it's almost like that bigger light plants another seed so it can keep going. It's a smaller light, plants a smaller seed, and a smaller seed, a smaller seed. I didn't access Thoth by none of this stuff he talking about, by no hermetic principle, by studying, by having my energy a certain way. It didn't happen like that. It was a natural thing. It just happened because I'm innate like that. So I always had crazy dreams. I always had weird stuff going on in my life since before I could even comprehend what these things were. In one particular day, this is exactly how Thoth came into my visions or into my reality. I had a dream. Me and a friend was running super fast. We were running from something. I ducked off into this house and went into the house of this female that I knew and fell asleep in her house. In a dream, I fell asleep in a dream in this girl's house. As her father was going to work, I fell asleep in her bed. She was hiding me from her father. So as I fell asleep in her house, I woke up in another dream. So that's two dreams I went into. Didn't even know I was doing this. It just happened randomly. So as I went into this second dream, I went into this place where a ibis was trapped in the mud. The place was ruined. Like vines had done grew all over the place or whatever. But it looked like an old city. Like it was like apartment buildings. But it was an ibis stuck on this landing where it was supposed to be a river flowing, but it was mud. And I went and I picked the ibis up and I wiped the mud off his wings or whatever. And I tried to throw it in the air so it'll fly. It fell back down. I caught it, kept wiping the mud off it or whatever. The sun came up as I removed the mud off it. Listen to what I'm saying. So as I was moving the mud off it, the sun came out. And I held it up with my hand. I held it up like this. And it was able to flap and shake the rest of the mud off. And then it came back to me. It did a gesture towards me, almost like a bowing gesture, like put his beak towards me or whatever, and then it flew off. That connection opened something up inside of me, a seeing. So I woke up from, like, I thought I was going to walk somewhere or whatever, but I woke up back at her house in that dream. So I woke up in that dream at her house. I'm still sleeping. All around, I'm still sleeping. So I woke up in her house. So me and her, we talking or whatever, and she telling me how she tired of the construction company that's beside the house tearing up everything, and she said she think they looking for something. So I'm like, yo, are they out there right now? She like, nah. So I was like, yo, let's go in the cave. Let's see what they trying to find. So we went in the cave, and this is all happening in the dream. So we go in the cave, and I found this Egyptian artifact. And what's crazy was I actually seen the artifact, a piece of it in real time, because like a month after I had this dream, they found it somewhere, but they didn't find the whole thing. What I saw was the handle and the connection part that had the wings on it. And if you hold it right here, you can see through it, and it lets you see almost like lion no sword, sight beyond sight type. So I seen the whole piece. I saw the whole Egyptian artifact. I drew it down on paper. This years ago. Like I drew it on paper. So what's crazy about that is as soon as we found it, the construction dude came back. He was like, "What y'all doing in here or whatever?" And I got the artifact in my hand. She runs home. I run up on top of the hill, and it like so I run up on top of the hill. and started running super fast. I started running so fast, holding this Egyptian artifact. I split time. So wherever I was, I ran into another time. That's me going into another dream, right? But I was awake. That's how fast I was moving. Like I'm running so fast. I ran off the time of where we were in that dream. And I ended up somewhere else. I had to slow down though. So I slowed down. I scared like when I slid like my feet, like yo, where I'm at, where I ran to. And it was like a building on the corner sitting on like a hill. And it was a valley like went down like this. It was beautiful. Had like a country road that went up with a hill, whatever like that. And it was the one building. I'm like, yo, why I'm all the way over here? So I'm like, dang, what happened to Shorty? I didn't even realize I was in another dream. Now, my comprehension of this was when Thoth was talking about when he was traveling, and he said after he got through the halls of Amenti and all that, and he went through all the gates, he was running real fast. And he ended up going through 3 different dimensions. And then the Archons started trying to chase him or whatever because he had got through the gates. And the Archons, they guard or block the gates. So he started running back, but he was talking about the dimensions. He was talking about it being 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3-dimensional aspects. So he didn't want to stay there because he was like a cartoon in a sense, like he was 1-dimensioned. So he was running back before he got to the last gate and made it through before they closed the gate. So I'm sitting there like, I'm looking at the shapes. I'm looking at everything, and it's like drawn like a pencil, but it's beautiful. It's like 1-dimensional. So I'm like, let me find out. I done slipped in here. So I turned around, start booking. Nothing was chasing me though. I just turned around and started running. Start booking. I'm flying, running super fast. Close my eyes, open them up. I'm back on Shorty Block, but it changed because they was doing construction. So I'm like on a hill, because it was a hill where the construction was, but I'm at the hill, and she was like, "Where'd you go?" Like it's like I just popped back up, and I had the thing, but the conductor or the foreman of the construction site was like, "There we go. He stole from the thing or whatever." And I was like, "I ain't steal nothing." I was like, "Come on!" I grabbed the girl and I took off with her. We started running together. So, like, I took her somewhere. It was like down the street or whatever, but it was real fast. And it just looked like I disappeared. And I like left her right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I know I didn't want to wake up because it was like I was in this dream for a long time. Like, this is the longest I've ever been in a dream doing so many things. I was getting tired for some reason. It was a lot of energy being expelled. I'm like, yo, why am I losing more energy in a dream than I would in reality? These are questions I'm asking myself while I'm in this dream. So I dropped Shorty off down the block around the corner. But by the time I came back, they had them built more stuff. And they was like arguing or whatever. Like our people was out there. There's a lot going on, right? So I grabbed Shorty, took off, and I had the thing in my hand. She was like, they want that. They want that. I'm like, giving them nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't his why he tearing up the ground. He's like, he can better do his construction. He ain't getting this. I'm talking real tough. You know what I'm saying? But I'm holding the thing in my hand like this. So I remember dropping Shorty off and running real fast. She gave me a hug. We was by a tree. I never forget we was by a tree. She gave me a hug, kissed me on my cheek or whatever. I was like, I gotta go. And I ran the other direction. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going this way while I split time, I ran the other direction. And I remember running right past, so fast past the construction site. Like, shoo. He didn't even see me. You know what I'm saying? I just blew it. Shoo. And then I'm running. I remember seeing like stuff like the, you know how you ride in a car and the trees and stuff be going fast. I remember seeing everything just go faster, going past me faster as I'm flying real fast. And then I woke up. But I woke up like this, thought I was holding it, you know what I'm saying, holding the artifact. And I'm like, yo, where it's at? Like, I literally woke up like, where it's at? Like, I had it in my hand. Like, you could not tell me I didn't have it in my hand. I'm thinking I woke up. I didn't wake up. What happened was I was in something that was like me waking up. It was like a place to catch a breath or something like that. And then Thoth pulled me into the into the mystery school. So I thought I woke up, and I think I did wake up in my room at the time because I woke up and I could see the walls and stuff, but I wasn't all the way awake. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, I drift back off, and then I was pulled into the mystery school. And that's when I saw like other beings there. I saw, Thoth he had a hoodie on, you know what I'm saying? But his face was like the universe and shit like that. It was like, it was different. He was the teacher, but he was guiding me, you know what I'm saying? Like showing me the school or whatever. He brought me to my room and to my dorm. I met like some different beings or whatever like that. They was young though. And we was all kicking the bobo and all this. I had an argument with a chick, you know what I'm saying? But she was a different being, like, and it was funny, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so many different things. Even some bud was out there. Like, it was some, I ain't gonna get all into the understanding of what it was, but it was like me being pulled there by Tahuti or Thoth. Just me being there. He didn't speak. He just pointed. He let me do a couple things. And while I was there, it's like I was learning while I was there. It was a lot of things. Like the thing about learning is attention. Some people got a short attention span. And I remember before I even had this dream, I had a conversation online with somebody about the attention span. How people, they just be going through videos. Their attention span is short. They ain't got time to learn nothing. I remember it was aggravating and frustrating me. This is like 4 years ago. So maybe, about 4 years, maybe 3.5, not 3.5, almost 4 years ago. So I remember being pulled into the classroom, and what I was able to see, the things that I saw, was super important. The beings I saw was important because how they were placed and what they were saying. And we all of us that was in the class, and I remember the teacher standing behind us, and the desk was there, but it was like, whatever. He's standing in the back. So we all run to the window, and we looking out of the window, and we see like beings in like white robes or whatever, and they're initiating another being in this type of water, but it's not like that. So I can't really explain to you because that's not the point. But it wasn't like our reality of what we were seeing. So we all looking at the window, and we was like, oh, because they was like, they had her out there, and she had on a different set of white robes. And I remember she looked up at the window of us looking down. You know what I'm saying? And they was like doing something with her or whatever. And I remember Tahuti telling us that was initiation for her. So there's like, she had just got there, but she got there via those beings. And we could see, and it was crazy because it's like my eyesight, as we were looking out the window, my eyesight didn't leave me, but it left like the visualization of looking out the window. So I was able to look out the window and then turn my eyes around and look at the building that we was in. I was able to go all the way around the building and look at the full circumference of where I was at. I was able to see the sky. I was able to see everything just from looking in the window. Like that was my capability while I was over there. So I was able to see in full totality. I can do that here. Like I can see the bigger picture. So that was like, that's one of my abilities that I'm able to do here was increased by 1,000 over there. So I was able to see literally the whole circumference of where we were, how the water went around the building, what the grounds looked like, and what they had on. Like the people that had the white robes, some of them had these things around their neck that came into like a point, and it was like colors around their neck. And then the girl that was getting initiated, she was she had on all white. She didn't have the thing around her neck, or she didn't have a head wrap neither. She was just there, like she had just got there. She was fresh. So I remember seeing the whole building, and then I remember Tahuti pointing to my room, telling me to go take my stuff in the room. I went in the room. It was this different being, a different type of being, and he went in the room with me, asking me if I'm comfortable with the school and all that. We was laughing and joking. His energy was real comfortable. His energy was real cool, like laid back. But he just looked different. Y'all would probably call him an alien or something. He just looked different. So we was laughing or whatever. He was like, yo, watch out for her. Like it was a chick in our class that was bugging. So I ended up getting in a little argument with her because she was trying to play me or whatever. Right? It was funny. And then the dude that she was initially arguing with before, he was like, she's just acting like that because she like you. And it was funny. So I ain't really dig into that whole thing with her. You know what I'm saying? I just let her act stupid or whatever. And then Tahuti tapped me on my shoulder and grabbed my arm and started pulling me that way. They didn't ask why. They just turned around and kept doing what they doing. One of them was playing a video game. They just got back to doing what they was doing. And then his face, Tahuti's face that was in the hood, opened up into like a hallway. And then he opened up his robe and was like, go inside. You know what I'm saying? So I went inside his face, inside his robe, and I went somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And I went back to the mystery school like 2 more times after that. The second time it was like really nobody in there but my dude that was my roommate. And the third time it was nobody there. It was like I went back because I wanted to go back. It's like I graduated. You know what I'm saying? I went back and it was like closed down or whatever. But it was a lot more knowledge inside of that. And the capability is attention. That's what gets you where you got to go. Attention. So the world is speeding up attention. I can tell y'all this because I already been there. Like this is years ago. So I can speak this right now. You know what I mean? So one thing got nothing to do with the next. And what they talking about, all this hermetic principles. And I've been studying this for you. They don't know what they talk about. Like, it's funny to me. I'm like, nah, that's not what it is, player. I got you. I dig why you going that way, but that's not exactly why. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. I'm not even mad at that. Hold on. I'm not even mad at that. But it's going to be different for everybody, right? And the reason why I was talking in the beginning about light points and how the light drops a seed off, it keeps dropping the seed because each seed has a particular strength or concentration to the original value. So no matter what you're going through in your reality, through pressure and tension, it's like they said, pressure creates diamonds and stuff like that. So when you go through stuff, and you're being pressured, like you go through a lot and there's nothing being fixed, there's nothing being done, things is happening and you struggling or whatever. And that pain, that fine piece of saturated light, it comes out to guide you to a higher understanding. Keep in mind the retrospects of the world is not the balance to universal anything. So you can't request help for here. You can only be pressured to squeeze out your concentrated value of what you are. One thing that I say all the time as an understanding is, if you keep pushing a person, the only thing that's going to fall out of their cup that's inside of them is who they truly are. So that's a reality to think about. Some people be pushing you and they don't know what's going to come out. You don't know what's going to come out because you don't know who you really are. And only when that happens is when you get to access the best versions of yourself. So not for nothing, it's a catch-22 when you're going through things in a world. When you live in a world, you live in a dimension, and you're being pressured by negativity, that's because they lack the understanding. If they're stripped of all the universal knowledge, right? And they're putting people in pressure, you're oppressing people. Circular energy, pressing people. The only thing that's going to pop out is that light that came from the Almighty from the start. That's what's going to come out. My light happens to be of a divine being, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Thoth told you a lot of things. Like, I broke these things down in so many different ways. I got over 1,800 videos. I've been doing this for the last few years. I got way more than that on other YouTube pages. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, it's a book in its own self. It's a book in its own self because it's me going through these understandings and then actually comprehending them as I'm learning them. So I'm not being taught in a physical, like somebody saying, this is what you do. No, it's me having these effects happen to me and me comprehending them as they happen or studying what's happening and learning in it in my own underway so I can use it. And you can't really use it. It unlocks around you. And when it unlocks around you, different values take place. But what I'm getting tired of is watching things on TV or whatever, seeing people in the world speak their personal value about things they have no understanding on. That's going to bring more confusion to people. Let me tell you something. Go through whatever you got to go through. If you're going through some type of pain, go through the fire. Don't be afraid of it. You know what I'm saying? Go through the pressure. Because on the other side, only thing that's going to come out your cup is who you really are. So don't let nobody tell you how it's supposed to be or what you need. Don't take on too much more than what you want to take on. Matter of fact, go more against the world. Go against the world. Like, be not like, nah, let them hate you. Let them do whatever they want to do. Let them put whatever they want to put on you. Because the only thing that's going to squeeze out of you is what you truly are. And if you are a divine being in the inside of you, deep down inside, that's what's going to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want somebody to tell them or induct them into a value of falsity. You're not going to become a divine being like that. This is not like, oh my God, you've become the X-Men. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll never work like that. A person can't, like, this is why they got books, because they think what they hear, if they write it down, they can repetitively do it over and over and over, and something to happen for them. That's not how this works. This is creation based. Period. It's creation based. You have to be created by the divine to automatically be a divine being. So everything that's not created by the divine, the more you're pressured, if you're not a divine being, you will unravel. Literally. You will unravel to the fact that you're creation. Why you think they make it easy for certain things? Because they know this already. Why you think certain things have easy lives? And they can do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have easy lives, because if they ever went through real pressure, the world will see them unravel. But the time we're going into, ain't nothing going to stop it. You can hide under a mountain. You can hide 1,000 feet inside the earth. It ain't going to matter. The energy that's the sun just grew. It literally got bigger. It expanded. Boom. It grew up a little bit. So that means the gravity is going faster. You know what I'm saying? That means the earth going to start spinning faster. That means everything that you normally see is going to start coming faster. You're gonna download, not really download, you're gonna absorb these universal energy atoms way more faster. So if you're not of this earth for real, you're gonna unravel. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna start seeing people, like back in the day, they had news broadcasts when people would implode at their kitchen table. You don't even, like, they erase so much stuff. They don't want you to know. Like, I remember it was on the news. I was a kid. This guy was sitting down and he had breakfast at the table, and his wife brought him some cereal or whatever, and orange juice, and it was on the news. And you know what happened? He spontaneously combusted. Literally, spontaneous. Spontaneous means immediately. Inside, he caught on fire and then burned from the inside out. The sun was just coming through the window. She's like, ah. They call the police and all that. He's like, we never seen nothing like this happen before. That's because he was absorbing too much light rays. And his body, or his creation at the time, it was time for them to unravel, because they wasn't supposed to be in the first place. So he might have been like the version of the last creation of his lineage that came from a different dimension that was trying to come into this new frequency of energy. Because the energy frequency changes every so many years, right? The sun grows every so many years. And as it speeds up that polarity, it literally unwinds false creations. Like taking, toilet paper and unwinding it around, it unwinds. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen to everything. If you're not original being, for real, you're not created by the Almighty, for real, you're going to unwind. You know what I'm saying? So there's not going to be much support to keep propaganda going after a while. You're going to, and if they keep on oppressing with all the lies and stuff like that, you're going to see things happen right when they about to, we're going to do this and we're going out here and we have armies. No, you're going to see armies and all that turn to mush. Literally, they're going to start popping. Shoulder pus coming out. Like, you'll be like, oh my God, what was that? Body going to be so hot on the inside because they're not made by the divine. They were created, and then they thought if they create these things and let them procreate, that it would solidify. Like, that's the glue they looking for, the glue to existence. So they're not going to get that. Divine said, I'm stripping you of all universal energy. So creation was false with some of these beings. And as they created these false entities, they created groups, and then they started inducting people that was in the original. I just dropped all this, yo. I just dropped all this knowledge already. This is what they do. They lie to original people to get you to serve them because they can't go outside. Like, it's like the vampires. I can't go in the sun. Just like that. It's like I can't go outside in the sun because the sun going to burn me up. What they're really trying to tell you is, when the sun starts to grow, and if you're not a part of the divine, you're a vampire in some sense. So that means that sun will kill you, yo, for real. It's going to destroy, it's going to unravel you like mummy wraps. I ain't making this up. Don't believe me. Live your life. I don't care. This is why I even said, for the ones that were falsely created by the fallen, divine talks about the olive branch. You gotta have this energy about you that you're ready to sacrifice yourself for the Almighty. Don't sacrifice yourself for the creators who created you, because they were the fallen. Sacrifice yourself for the Almighty. And if you do that at the right place at the right time, you do it for the right reason, depending on the circumstance, divine might see fit to give you a creational existence. Think about what I'm telling you. You wasn't supposed to be in the first place, but you oppressed everything in the known universe under the guise of the light of the Most High. You doing stuff to divine's creations purposely. And you think you're going to get away with it? No. And then the original beings out here who's doing it to their people, and they think, oh, I could do whatever I want. Divine going to see fit to erase you just like he did the fallen. Divine going to strip you of universal energy. You ain't going to get a chance to use your light and keep going. It don't work like that. So the creations are false creations, and also the divine creations that were manipulated to go against. You knew right from wrong, but you did it anyway. That's why divine ain't just bring destruction to the earth yet. The Almighty could have wiped the earth clean of nothing. Everything could have been gone already for a long time. If that was the case, divine could have cleaned it all off. It would have been wiped clean a long time ago. But the seeds were still here. What's the point of doing that? When the light itself through timelines is putting out seeds. As the light gets shrunken down and it gets oppressed, it spits out a more concentrated version of it. It's a smaller version, but it's more concentrated. You know what concentration is? That means you take sugar and Kool-Aid and you don't put too much water in it. You got that real concentrated. You know what I'm saying? Like it's sour, super tart. Yeah, concentrated. So you get a stronger version of that light seed as it dwindles down. Fact. All these things that have taken place, you get a choice. You get a choice to serve the Almighty, or you can serve man. If you're going to serve man, you're not serving the man, you're serving what they created as man. That is not the divine. So be boo-boo the fool. You'll watch your whole life unravel, and you have no control over that. You're going to be like, why is this happening? Because the choices you made. What do you mean? Ain't nobody doing nothing to you. But see, it comes with that whole value of not wanting to take responsibility. If the fallen had to take responsibility, they wouldn't be here in the first place. They'd be still as angels serving their purpose. But they couldn't take responsibility. So now they had to teach you that. So now you walk around thinking that you get away with doing whatever you want. To the Almighty creations? Yeah, I'll wait. It's a fact. But nobody want to hear the truth. It is what it is. And I watch people still try. They keep trying. And what they're doing verbally, because it's a world of the internet now, that they can make as many videos as they want to. And they can put out whatever they want to. And they can say whatever they want to. And they can grab your mind because it's a listening world. You'll let somebody read a book to you. It sounds good. It feels good. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean it's actual. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Never Ending Story is a dope movie. I watched it as a kid. Lord of the Rings, I love it. It's funny looking. It's elves and dwarves and kings and tree monsters and all that. I love it. The visual is great. Does that make it accurate? No. What's the dude named Tolkien or something like that that created it? I love it. The Matrix. Yeah, it's understanding. We could use these words and put symbolic versions on the value of a world that we believe. That don't make it accurate. It's a fact. So it's always all praise due to the Most High. No matter where you at in your timeline. You can believe what you want. That's the whole point, to get you not to believe in the divine. To make you think that this is, I've been studying these. Man, I don't care what you study. Put those books down. That's what you better do. You know what I'm saying? You better weigh everything by the Almighty. I don't care what it is. Weigh everything by the Almighty. And if you can't do that, then you're going to be missing the point. And you're going to be sitting there wondering how you tripped over and fell on a stake. I'm so serious. Like, you will kill yourself. This is the world you live in. You will kill yourself. I ain't going to hold you. Just trying to show you something. NAGA the Wise.